Hey everyone, it's Mike Abasov, and today I'm recording in this weird recording room in my school. But what I want to talk to you about is nothing to do with education, unless your business is in education. What I wanted to share with you is some cool advanced techniques on how you can engage with people on Twitter by listening to what they're talking about. And there's a lot of talks about how mobile is changing the game and how everyone now tweeting on their phones rather than on their computers. And also an important thing is this geolocation trend where you can find people who are having conversation in specific area of your city or the country or whatever, anywhere in the world by using geolocation codes. And that can be really powerful. And there are like little things that you can do. So, for example, what businesses would want to use it a lot is local, anything local, like local coffee shop, local stores. I don't know, if you sell pizza and you have only one location, you don't really want to know what people are talking about pizza, I don't know, somewhere in Ukraine, for example. But if you're in Vancouver, you really want to know what people downtown Vancouver will be talking about. And if somebody wants pizza, maybe you can tweet them, invite them to come in, give them a discount, and do your usual social media thing. So how can you use geolocation to make it awesome? Well, let's watch this little screencast that I made, and it will answer all of your questions. So what I will be using to do this geolocation magic is HootSuite social media dashboard, and you can really use any other one, but I really suggest that you use at least one of them because it just simplifies things and it allows you to have all those searches saved and you can look into them at any point of time. Because what's really the point of using geolocation and narrowing you're filtering out the things that you don't need and narrowing your results if you would have to go to Twitter every single time for every single search thing that you want to do and search all over again. But of course you can use search.twitter.com to do the very same thing because it has all the same operators and all the same things. But we'll be using HootSuite. So I created a new tab for geolocal, and let's add a new stream. And we'll go to search, and let's say that we're looking for coffee. I cannot spell. So we're looking for everything about coffee, and it's all over the world, people who mention it, and it's absolutely ridiculous. There's absolutely no point of searching for all of it if you're just a local coffee shop somewhere in Vancouver, right? Right. So we want to change it up a little bit. First, I will apply the simple things that I've already talked about in a couple of posts before, how to monitor everything on Twitter. There was a whole series of things. So you can find them in the post or in the description to this video if you're watching directly on YouTube, and it will answer all of your questions of what I'm doing right now. But basically, I want to remove all the links so that I don't get articles about coffee. I really want to have those conversations happening. I'll also remove all the retweets, old style, new style, so that I, again, don't get things that don't matter to me. Though this one is optional, maybe you want to have retweets staying there. And what I will also do, I will add a question mark, because this allows me to search only for questions about coffee. Okay, so this is really simple, and we'll save changes just to show how much changed. You can already see that I'm not getting a whole bunch of weird things. Instead, I'm getting very targeted kind of search results. Should I get tea? Call this coffee? I don't know. But it's still from all over the world. Maybe these tweets are coming from New York or maybe California, but let's assume we're in Vancouver, so you want to search for things in Vancouver, and that's where we are. So what I will use, I will click this button here and share a location, and what it creates this little geocode with with the location that where I am and also the radius around it. It's like 25 kilometers. You can really see it because of this button, unfortunately, but yeah, if I add a couple of spaces, you can see it. So I'm at my university. It's not in the middle of everything. It's probably not the place where your coffee shop is. So let's say you want to search 50 kilometers around your location, right? It's a little bit far for a coffee shop, but let's just say that that's where you're looking to get all the areas around your place in your city. And we're saving changes. And all of a sudden, we have people who are asking questions, not retweeting, not sharing links about coffee in Vancouver. It's absolutely amazing. And we have like some kind of conversations going on here. Time for another coffee. I think I need a hug. Not sure if hug is exactly the business that you're in. But what I'm trying to say is that if you look through it, it's all in Vancouver. All of these people talking about Café Artigiano is one of the coffee places in Vancouver. So there's a whole bunch of conversations happening right now that you can look for, that you can find, and you can follow all of these people. You know, the usual thing, you open up, you click follow, and you maybe list them in a list that talks about, you know, coffee and whatever, potential customers, whatever you have. And you can answer all of these tweets. You can engage with them, saying that, so you, for example, you find somebody who, like this person, they want a coffee. How about you give them a 50% discount if they come by your place? Click reply, answer, send. I'm not going to do it because it's my personal account, but it's basically that little thing that you can do and really geolocate your searches and really make it awesome and make a lot of impact and filter out things. And you don't want to spend a lot of time on social media, and this kind of thing really allows you to concentrate on things that matter. It's absolutely fantastic. So this is like the short, the very simple thing that you can do. But there is more. So let's say that you're being really successful with your coffee shop, and you know, your efforts in social media and this geolocation thing really helped you expand, and now you're going to Toronto and opening a shop there. And the problem is that if you're managing all your social media from here, then the only way in HootSuite or in Twitter to search for those things is to actually be there and share your location, and then it gives you kind of this geocode. You cannot really write here Toronto and it will search for things in Toronto. But there's a little trick how you can do it, and all you need to do is find this geocode and replicate the same kind of process. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to select the search that I already have, save it back, so we still have our Vancouver thing, and then I'll search more, so just create the same thing, but now I need to change this geocode. So where I go to is geocoder.ca, and I just Googled it, and so we're looking for Toronto, getting geocode for that city, and you have this location right near downtown, and what it gives you is latitude and longitude, but it's not in the format that you want your geocode to be, right? Because you have just a string here. So what we're going to do, we're going to go here, keeping the same radius around. I'm going to select this part and replace it here. And we're going to select this part and replace it right here before the comma. And make sure that you don't have any extra spaces, or you don't delete commas. You save changes, and just like that, all of a sudden we have the very same thing we had here for Vancouver, but for Toronto. It's absolutely amazing because you can kind of cover all the cities. And for one of the brands I've been working with before, what we wanted to do, we wanted to cover the whole map of Canada, but the problem was that you cannot really, start in Vancouver and just enter a huge radius, because we're gonna get Seattle and all the states all the cities in the States to get there. And there is no way to search just for everything in Canada, at least at this point. So what we did is that we selected the top cities in Canada, like Calgary, Toronto, Vancouver, and so on. And we set up this kind of streams for each of the keywords in different tabs in HootSuite, so it was searching all over the place. And it can seem overwhelming at first because you have so many streams. If you search for each of your keywords on Twitter with geolocated for different cities, it's like tons of different streams that you have. But the reality is that the number of tweets in each one is way smaller than if you were searching without that kind of targeting. And also, it allows you to find like the proportion of tweets that matter to the ones that don't is completely different. All of a sudden, you have exactly the things that you need for your business and for your brand to move forward. It's absolutely amazing. I really advise you use geolocation if the location of your customers really matters to you. Thanks a lot for watching. Hope this helps. Hit me up with any questions. Share your stories of how you've used geocodes. Thanks a lot for watching. Again, it's Mike Abasoff. You can find more on mikeabasoff.com. Talk to you later.